SAC has really helped me take the energetic kid that I came in as, and they've helped me channel that energy into the things that I love, and hopefully make a difference one day.
I'm Glenn Herbert, and I'm an editor with Our Kids. We're speaking with insiders from Canada's leading private schools to gain insights into their programs, culture, traditions, and leadership. This includes insights from parents, alumni, and administrators. This is the Our Kids Insider Perspective.
Yeah, so the thing I appreciated the most about SAC was the teachers. It was the community. I think it's really unique that we were a boarding school community. I saw a lot of other schools, public and private. At the end of the day, people would just leave. They'd go home. But at SAC, it was really different, and I noticed that since day one. I started in grade 5 there, and everyone always stayed after school for curriculars. They stayed. We ate dinner together. We played sports together. We did all these different things after school, and I usually found myself leaving school late at night, like sometimes 9, 10 p.m., right? Coming home from the library because I love to be there, and other people actually love to be there. And I think that was, a big difference about SAC, about St. Andrews. Um, it's a really supportive environment, and I think because of that, people don't feel like forced to stay after school, but they want to stay, and they want to experience everything. Well, definitely the boarding environment, because that's really big. I'll give you guys an example. For instance, I remember, I believe it was grade nine math. Every night I would stay after school, and I would do homework. I'd study in the library. Sometimes I'd study with some friends, some of the older students even. But they had a teacher representative who was there most nights, and that's because they lived on campus because it was a boarding school. So every night, whenever I had a problem, I could ask them. I always had someone there to help me, so I didn't have to, aimlessly search through the internet or wait to the next my next math class, which would be in a few days, maybe if I went to another school. But I had the help, and I had the support system there. So if I had a burning question, I could get it answered, and I could learn. And it was really conducive to learning. I think that's something that was really unique about the boarding environment, and it's really unique about the way SAC structured their boarding environment. SAC's a busy person. That's what I'd say. SAC is a really busy person. SAC's the kind of person who's going to wake up at 7 a.m. He's going to get you ready. Core workouts at the gym with the instructors, and SAC's going to work really hard throughout the day. And then SAC's going to go home at like 10 p.m. at night after studying at the library. That's what I would say that's what SAC is. But at the same time, SAC is also flexible. I feel like it's the kind of school that you get what you want out of the experience there. So if you are the kind of person who wants to just go to school from 8:30 to 4 o'clock, 8:30 to 3:30, you can do that, and you can go home, and that's completely fine. But if you're the kind of person who wants to go to school 7 a.m. and work hard, and um, I shouldn't say work hard, but I guess work, do different activities at school, you can do that as well, right? So it's really conducive to two types of people. Whatever your style is, I think that's what makes SAC unique. You're not forced into a certain schedule, a certain thing, but SAC almost takes the kind of person you are, and it brings out the best qualities in you, I would say. I would say something that I notice is that people at SAC, once you find your group, once you find the activities that you love, you find a lot of like-minded people there. And it's people who are in your grade, people who are older and who are mentors to you, and people who are younger students who look up to you. So I feel like um, there's really a great sense of community. And once you find your niche at the school, once you find your club, your sports team, whatever that is, you can really excel because there's a lot of like-minded people. Well, the university, not so much, but definitely the program that I selected, STEM engineering. I remember at SAC, one day I was walking across one of the halls and then I saw a robotics lab. I saw some kids doing robotics and I thought that was really interesting. I just decided, I just saw like what they were doing. I saw a lot of kids in STEM is what I saw.
Mhm.
And then one day I tried robotics club in grade 10. I'm like, oh, this is kind of fun. So I always kind of liked engineering before that, but then after that, I was like, definitely, I believe it was grade 11, there was an AP computer science. When I took the computer science and computer engineering courses in Tangent, I was able to do that AP. I did the AP capstone program, which is research, and also involves the English, the AP English course as well. So I did those both in grade 11 and grade 12. Um, what other APs? I did AP chemistry in grade 11. Um, yeah, and there might be a few more. I can't think about it right now. I'm a little removed. Yeah, there's a lot of APs that you can take, which I think is always great, especially if you want to apply to universities in the United States.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, but it was a
Awesome.
great program, great curriculum, amazing teachers, and great students, really smart kids in the class too as well, who really push you and make you better. So I really like
Mhm.
that. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of stuff. Even compared to other private schools, I'll give you guys another example here. I remember grade 5, I heard the bagpipes. Some of the older students, they're playing the bagpipes. I'm like, at what school do you play the bagpipes, right? So then I learned how to play the bagpipes in grade 5. It was a little too loud for my liking, so I ended up, dropping that and I picked up the flute instead. But there's just so many different things that you could do, and I think especially in relation to a lot of other private schools that that SAC offers, um, and it's and that I feel like that's because they're faculty, right? Like they bagpipes, they have bagpipe teachers, they have amazing drama teachers, they have all these like so many different sports. I think it was like 52 different sports teams. Um, However many sports, like it's crazy how many different options there are and how many different things that you could try within St. Andrews.
Mhm.
100%. I came in the SAC as a really rowdy kid. Like I was really energetic, and I still have that energy, I would say, but they've kind of helped me channel that now into my passions. So I bring that same enthusiasm, that same energy I had as a kid, but now I direct that into my engineering or my passion for robotics, even my passion for speaking. I like speaking. All these different things that are my passion. SAC has really helped me take the energetic kid that I came in as, and they've helped me channel that energy into the things that I love, and hopefully make a difference one day. So
Mhm.
yeah, I think I had some amazing mentors, both teachers and students at the school. There's a lot of quality people there. So I feel like I was fortunate enough to find those people a lot of the time. I was fortunate enough to be in their class. I was fortunate enough to be like their younger mentee in a way.
Mhm.
And because of that, I feel that I became a better person. Well, I think obviously the biggest change is COVID. I'm really fortunate that I got out when I got out, I guess.
Mhm.
At first, it was kind of sad because our school ended in March. And I'm like, oh no, we're gonna have, no prom, no in-person grad, all these
Mhm.
like, defining events, right? In your grade 12 year, we're kind of stripped away there. But
Mhm.
I look at it now in the current grade 12s, and they've been on and off, in person, online throughout the entire year. So in a way, I'm kind of fortunate that I graduated when I did. Yeah, and it's really weird actually that you mentioned that, because it's not like academic wise, I felt very prepared in university, but honestly, I don't think that was the biggest thing. I think the biggest thing for me was presentation, like presentation skills. I feel like that was something we worked on a lot at SAC. Constantly presenting inside of class, outside of class, clubs, outside of school even. And I really noticed the difference in first year university. Whenever we had to do presentations, I never really felt nervous. I always felt very prepared. And yeah, and that's something I'm really grateful for. And I didn't realize I'd be so grateful for that at the time at SAC, but now I'm really appreciative of that. The biggest reasons are the fact that it is a boarding school, and that's good because there are almost two types of lives that you can live at the school. Um, Even if you are a day student, you can kind of live the boarding lifestyle. You can go there for breakfast, you can go there for dinner, you could stay late and study. That's kind of the route that I took at the school. But then at the same time, if you want to go to school at 8 a.m., as I mentioned earlier, and leave at 3:30, you can do that as well, right? Um, so I feel like the biggest reasons are one, the flexibility in terms of your personal schedule. Two would be the teachers in the community. They really care about you. They're always, accessible. They're always willing to answer any questions that you have. Um, and third, the community kind of relates to the students. I would say number three, the students, but in a way that is the community. Number three is the food. There's some pretty good food in the dining hall. Um, I usually went for lunch and dinner, sometimes breakfast, and I rarely had a bad meal there. There's some good food, and that's an important thing. Don't take it for granted, guys. When you're looking at a school, you need some good food.
Awesome.
So yeah, I liked all of those things: flexibility, the community, and food. 100%. I would say obviously as a family looking at a school, you first and foremost is academics, right? That's why we go to school. And SAC, I feel like really prepared me academically. Um, but something that I feel like people overlook is our the stuff that can't really be measured by a metric. And I feel like SAC really excels in that stuff. The community, um, accessibility of the teachers, just the genuine care that people have. I feel like that stuff that really can't be measured quantitatively is what SAC really excels at. So I would say as a prospective family, don't take that for granted. Don't just look at the numbers. Don't just look at the universities the kids go to. Don't just look at the academics. Don't just look at, oh, this is the ranking of their sports teams. Because with that said, SAC is highly ranked in all of those things, but SAC also offers that community I feel that other schools really don't have, especially talking to my friends at university. So I feel like that's something that's really unique, and that's something that prospective families should value and should definitely look at. Yeah. Try everything. There's so many things. Try everything. Um, I would say that I tried a lot of stuff, but I feel like once you're a few years in, once you start to try a lot of things, try to pick, I would say, three things that you really like and focus on those three things. Zach really stresses being a well-rounded individual, but I feel like well-rounded doesn't necessarily mean doing everything, but well-rounded means, being diverse with your skill set. But once you find those things that you like, really honing in on those things and trying to become, um, world class at those few things that you do.
Mm.
So I would say, as a new student, try everything: bagpiping, try some sports teams that you've never played before, try being in the school play, try taking a few AP classes if you're entering in the upper school. Try all those things. But once you find a few things that you like, focus on those, two or three things, and become, I would say, try to become world class at them. And SAC has the facilities, they have the environment, they have everything that you need to become amazing at whatever you choose. So it's all up to the person. But yeah, I would say do those things. Try and then hone in on a few things that you really like.
For more information about this school, you can visit their profile at ourkids.net.